Welcome back to Satisfactory. My name is Nilaus and I will be your guide here on completing the game. We are working our way through the game and we've actually gotten to quite, I would say, the late game and the final piece of the puzzle. It's also the final piece on the bus because if we go on beyond, then I take damage because that's the edge of the map. So we'll work on... Thank you for taking that photo. That's young kids these days and their selfies. There we go. There. We're going to work on singularity cells. And that means we are going to go back and do some design work. So first we're going to unlock. And this bus works amazingly. It's just everything is running and nothing is running out. So that's two good things. What we need to do first is unlock the singularity cell. That is going to be in here. Let's have a look. This is it. Main portal, satellite portal, singularity cell, and ballistic warp drive. So all these things we have on the bus. We created that one last episode. And then we have turbo motors and radio controls and that. We just don't have enough of it right now. So we're going to go in here, for example, to fluctuators. Oh, my inventory is kind of junked. We're going to get all of these things in. Yeah, let's clean that out. And we're ready to unlock. There we go. Easy peasy. And we got it. So let's hear what Ada has to say.
Milestone reached. Instant travel between chosen locations will be possible as soon as the main and satellite portals are built and paired. Do not ask me how it works. Not because I don't understand dimensional dispersal theory and the cross-warp applications of liminal peer-regulated parallel fibrillator nanocells, for example. But because you do not need to know. You go in one end, you come out the other. It's a door. Thankfully, the construction of project part number 12, the ballistic warp drive, can be automated and requires no manual input from you, so I'd say we're relatively safe. If you disagree about my assessment of your capabilities, you are free to attempt a study and replication of either portal or warp technology. After you're done with project assembly.
Thank you, Ada. That's very kind of you. We are actually going... Oh, no. We're going to make a level 2. Alright, so now we have the singularity cell. I just put it up here. This is a nuclear pasta. 2.5 nuclear pasta, which is exactly what we create, goes into become 50 singularity cells. This is also interesting because from a ticket perspective, this is an amazing recipe. They each give 112,000 or 115,000 points each, and I'm creating 20 from one nuclear pasta and some dark crystals that, sure, it's nice, but and things that are completely free but in high quantity. So iron, copper, nuclear pasta is the only thing that's valuable, about 550,000 tickets or ticket points. So this one can generate a absolutely disgusting amount, 2.3 million tickets per minute. Not as good as, of course, as the ballistic thing, but this is dirt cheap to make. So consider this if you are looking for ticket spams. I'm not really, but you know. So what we're going to do is we're going to be setting this up in a level 5 because I don't think there's need for more than a level 5 for this. And then we are going to see what is it needs inbound. It needs iron. We have iron plates coming in. And if we just do the normal iron plates, then it was 2,250. So this one going up to 250 would be a lot of plates inbound. But what if we make this one? I can't believe I'm actually using coated iron plate because it is dirt cheap and it's super fast. So a little bit of plastic, which we have in abundance, and some iron ingots, and then we get 10 of those. So we're actually going to do that. That's wonderful, isn't it? So we're going to make the coated plastic. And how much do we want of this? This one has to go to 125. 125, there we go. And that only is 62.5 iron, and that of course multiplied by 2. I could do this, but I don't feel that's valuable because it's just iron, so not valuable. And we kind of don't have too many of these slugs, and we can use them for more valuable things than just saving on iron ore and plastic. So it's going to be a total of 125 iron ingots and a total of 25 plastic, which is absolutely nothing. So we'll need 2 of these. Good. So if this is all we need, but we do need quite a lot of inputs. That's 2 inputs and then 3 more. So 5 inputs in total is what we need. Let's hack this one together. I'm just going to put this in the middle. I mean, I think it should actually be able to be put in the 4x4. But I have no need for that. Let's see. Where do I want to put it? Do I want to put it sort of a little bit more inbound? Yeah. Why not? like this maybe. That's fine. And then this goes in here. And they will be sending it in. Let's see. Maybe it's always a little bit difficult when you sort of have options for where to place it. When you don't have options, then it just becomes like as close as possible. And now I just did a mistake instantly, of course. Okay, I'm just going to make them flush against each other here. So let's get that a little bit closer, and the other one there. Perfect. And copy, paste, paste, and copy, paste. And obviously we're going to use this, and this will get it to 740. Well, this is going to be so simple that we don't really need to bother with it. I think it's also time for us to acknowledge that it is time to build. By default, build designs. What? Oh, it's a splitter. Built by default using the Mark 6 belt, because, yeah, sure. It looks better, and it's not exactly more expensive, so why not just use that? And we're not going to run out of it anyway. Here, here, here. This is then the outbound, which will just go into a box. I mean, this is just painfully simple, isn't it? All we need to do now is take this, put it into the middle. That means we're going to have these two inputs. That means I need this is the default. It's going to be plastic and iron ingots on the bottom. This is going to be the final product. And then over on this side, I'm going to have the 3 additional products. They will just be going out on something like this. Actually not like this, because I need to be able to, well, maybe that is exactly like this. Or maybe I'll just make it a little bit inbound so that it's maybe like this. Anyway, wherever it fits this, then I'm going to take it. So this is just paint by numbers, and we've done that before. Here it is, 50 singularity cells, 2.5 using 2.5 pasta, 50 dark crystals, which is a thing, and a little bit more iron, some iron, which is not going to be a problem, and some concrete that is going to be a problem, but it's not going to be a problem once we just scale up a little bit, and plastic. And down here we got, as I said, plastic and iron inbound, and the other 3 materials in outbound. That is a really big mystery why I'm putting iron on both. That's something wrong. That is supposed to be a supercomputer up there. No, it's supposed to be nuclear pasta on the top one. Yes. So, copy. Nuclear pasta there. Go, that makes more sense. Good. So, saving it. And there. And go. Cool. Let's go out and build it over in our new location. It only takes 4 power plants or 4 slugs, so that's not a big deal. And we just come in here. So even though we get teleportation, then I really think that flying is kind of okay, kind of comfortable with the like traversal of the map with ionized fuel and the hyper cannons. Then it works quite well, and you get a really good view of the landscape, so that's nice. Okay. And then we get the one, singularity. That's the one. Move one to the side. Perfect. I mean, the ease of this, I love doing this every time because it's so simple. Yeah. And we're going to get things inbound. What are we getting inbound? We are going to get... this is iron ingots, plastic, concrete, some dark crystals, and the last one is pasta. However, here's the thing. This one requires 50 dark matter crystals. All right, let's go over here and take a look at our dark matter crystal production, because it is just incidental as part of this one. How much do we actually make? We only make 37.5, so that's not good enough. So what we need to do at this point is actually we need to use a different recipe, and I'm going to just make dark matter crystal. We are currently just using the cheap one here, but that's 10 of the dark matter residue to 1. Since the neural processor is also using time crystals. We could use this recipe instead. You can see this is 4 times as effective in terms of utilization of dark iron residue. So what we need to do is we need to sort of say, hey, let's prepare this so that we can get an inbound here, and then go down here, and then say, yeah, somewhere like that one. Here. You can be there. And actually I can get you a little bit further down. 1, 2, right, like this. This is even it. Oops. Oh, yeah, look at this. The beauty of it is that the middle lane is not being used here. I'm using the lower lane and the upper lane, but not the middle lane. And the middle lane just happens to be exactly what we need for this. Ooh, look at that. And I want it on this tile. So we are going to make a splitter. And then we're just going to jam it in there. And on top, take the lower one out, take this one out. Build it again. Reestablish the main line so that it continues to work. And go in here. Perfect. So we now have that coming in. That means when we change this to the dark matter trap, and then we need to make sure that it consumes enough 375. So this one has to go all the way up to 375 now. 375, and then I produce 150. That is perfect. And some of it goes back into this one. No, it doesn't. But I'm producing 150 now, and that'll go in here and then any overflow. So what we've done here is just change the recipe, used a little bit more time crystals. The problem with using additional time crystals for this is that we don't actually have enough time crystals. And I'm currently using sloops on this, and I don't really want to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the excuse for teleporters because if we scale this up, I'm going to run out of diamonds. So we need more diamonds, and that's going to be what we use teleportation for. So it's kind of all linked together. So by making singularity cells, I have an additional use of dark matter crystals. Dark matter crystals I can get more, but at the expense of time crystals. Time crystals comes from diamonds. Diamonds is going to be made with, let's see, diamond. Oh, that doesn't work. Why do we not start with the focus here? Diamond. And we're going to use the oil-based diamonds. Why? Because they're really simple. And we're going to be taking a couple of oil deposits. I'm going to take the ones that are furthest away because that means there's the wind from the teleporter is the biggest. I'm going to take these 2 pure nodes and convert them into diamonds, send them back with drone, and have a teleporter back and forth. And that's also sort of, so the whole thing is sort of looped together that it synergizes so well. Let's hook up the belts and get ready to go. So we have everything coming in, and now we just hook it up. There. There. The concrete smashes straight in. Dark matter crystals, about 1 tile off, and then go up. And this one about 1 tile off, and then go 2 steps up. There we go. Everything is working. Yeah, we get the power. Perfect. Yes, we're making lots of plastic. Let's just jam some things in here while we have some things that can be jammed in there. There we go. And we get the singularity cells. This is just getting up there, and the iron is also getting up there. And we start working on the singularity cells. Lovely. So, singularity cells are done. What do we want to do with the singularity cells? Well, the singularity cells is what enables us to do the teleporter. So, we are actually going to take this back on the bus somehow. Because I want this to go all the way back there. Because I of course want the teleporters to be back to my base. And in order for me to get the teleporters, then I need 2. They're on the transport. There and there. Yes, they need to be powered with 2 singularity cells per minute. So this build here can support 25 teleporters. That's kind of a lot. And this one will fill up pretty rapidly as we move along. So let's move back to the beginning or here and figure out, build some portals and set those up. The factory has changed colors in the meantime, but thanks to a glorious hype train. And well, I think that every time we get like new colors, I never choose the colors, and they're always interesting. Sometimes they're not so aesthetically pleasing, but they're always interesting. So I dragged the belt down here. This is coming in, and it's on a very, very fast belt, so they're definitely coming in. What we need to do now is make a portal. So let's go in here and make a portal. And I kind of wanted Ada to say something, but apparently not. So that's a little bit sad, I think. Oh, I'd really like to build it like there. Looks better. And that goes in. And then power lines. So let's talk a little bit about how this actually works. Oh, actually, I think I want to put it like that one. Okay. All right, so how does this actually work? Now it's powered. It takes 250 megawatt of power. It takes 2 singularity cells per minute in order to keep and maintain a portal. But there has to be a portal. So this one will be going to Diamond 2. Because that's the location we want to call it. And then Portal Diamond 2. It also has a name now. And then I can go under organization. I can make a small sign up here, and that one could, for example, be a little diamond. There, because that's where we want to go. And then just make it like this so we can actually see what's going on here. There. Right, so I need to make a satellite portal. The satellite portal also needs power, but it doesn't need any singularity cells inbound. So that's really neat that this is the main base, and this is where you need the singularity cells to go in. So this is what you can build as many as you like of these. And we're going to build a certain number that we feel the need for. And yeah, so now we can go somewhere and put up a return portal, link them. You can link them from both sides. So you can also, basically what you can also do is you can have like an extra one, kind of like in Valheim, where you just have a free portal back home. And then you can go out into the world, hook up a power line, power it up, and then go back. So the power it takes is not that bad. It's about 1 gigawatt of power while it's charging up, and it takes a little bit of time. That means that you're not going to get it with biomass burners, but it also means that as long as you have your grid enabled, electric grid enabled, it's not a big deal to get it out there. So this is it. This is what we want. Now we need to go out and build some cool things out in the world, and that means for the last time we're going to be flying out into the world. All right, so let's talk a little bit about while we were flying, about where we want the locations. I mean, I think I want a location up here because that's one of my bases that oh crap, I need to dodge the trees. The trees have hitboxes. Let's go up. Okay, aside from that, I have the power plant, I want to go there, and the oil, I also want to go there. This is not it, right? This is not it. Crap, I'm out I have no idea where I am. Is this already the end of the map? Yeah, it is. Okay, that's pretty quick. See, this is the thing. Like, teleporters are actually not that necessary if you have a good cannon. I mean, I didn't have time to even talk about where we wanted to build stuff. So out here, let's see. We have let's do oil. We have some oil in here. Bling, 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 bling. And there are these two. Those are the two we want. I know there's also one here, but I think we'll just take these two because they're too pure. Then we are going to build a platform here. Let's make a platform and just clear out a little bit of biters. And then we can set up the design and the portal. So here we have a platform. It's quite simple. It is basically what we want to do. And the way that I'm building it is just like this. It's super nice, like super easy to make it. And what we want to do here is we want to take the oil from in here. So we need to make something. And I think I'm going to be taking, oh, let's go out of that. This is going to be my transport line, and I am going to make, then it needs to be particle accelerators. That's kind of a little bit crazy that it's particle accelerators that we need for this. But hey, sure. Let's do that. Something like this. Sure. No. There. That is a good location, that one. And then the next one will be... Yeah. And this is also something that could be blueprinted, but honestly, I don't think it's worth it to blueprint it. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be used once, and yeah, that's about it. Okay, so we're actually running out of quick wire now. But we need 6 of these, so I got 3, and we're going to be making some inbounds and outbounds for this. And the way that I'm going to do it, let's look at the recipe. This is actually the oil-based diamonds. This is the one we make. 40 outbound, 200 inbound. So we could also scale them up, but hey, it seems silly to have a build out here that doesn't even have, that only has 3 buildings. So I decided not to do it this time around. We are going to get inbound in a pipe here, which will go in there. And then I'll also get into the next one. That one. We're going to get the outbound, which will be on this part, which will then go out on a belt like this. There we go. And that's basically it, because I'm going to have a second line in as well. So let's just hook these up. And here we are. The build is done and we brought everything in. Everything is unpowered currently because we chosen to see if we can power it all up at once. I hope everything works. Let's see. So these ones start working and we will hopefully see some oil coming in here. Well, not just yet, but we are going to get oil in here. And the first one line is going into the first 3 and the other line goes into the other 3. That should be fine. And yes, we're getting some oil. This one is starting. Yes, it goes and it goes all the way down the line. Great. So what do we have down here? Now, at this point, we don't really have much. We have a main part that goes into a drone port. This one's called Diamond 2. I will set this port up to go to the bus diamond. Then it just goes out there and it goes out with 10. That's kind of silly. Let's wait. I don't even know if that's worth it. And I can go in here and did I pick up some diamonds? Perhaps. Yes, there we go. And this one is still, yes, bus diamond. Yes. Okay, so it is not enough fuel. Of course it's not. So we always have to do this because it will get fueled at the other location, but it will not get the fuel in here by itself. So I just have to put in a little bit of rocket fuel. It takes 19 for that round trip. Wow, that's a lot. Per trip, 13. I don't know why I picked up 19 then. Don't know. Don't care. And let's see, all of these are chucking along and making 40. So that's 6, that's 240 additional diamonds. That is exactly what we need. The only thing we need now is to make a portal so we can go back. And let's see, that's under transport, it's under here, and this is now a satellite portal. And I'm gonna make it here because it has to come power in from the back side, that one. So that seems like a good point to get it in here. Then this is currently not connected, so we have to link a portal. I have the one that's called Portal Diamond 2. Shouldn't this one also be called? This one should be called Diamond 2. So I know what the name of it is. I mean, what's here? Oh, and then it turned green. That's that random chance. There we go. I select it. And then it starts using power. It gradually scales up the power towards that it hits 1 gigawatt at the end. So right now it's maybe like 200, 300, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, probably that. So you can see how many hundreds of megawatt is being consumed. And that is not going to be a problem because we have our glorious power plant. And we have 212,000 power is available. Are you done? Almost done. And when we go through it, it's going to be nice. Let's have a look. And ready to go. Here we go. Ooh, fancy portal wormhole. So you actually can see while you're in a wormhole. And we get a little shunt outwards. There we go. It works. And I'm a little disappointed that when going through the portal first time that Ada doesn't say anything like, oh, hello, Explorer number 2 or something. Hello, welcome clone. Because, you know, we are cloned. So what are we going to do now? We are going to abuse the hell out of this. And by making additional of this. And because it doesn't really matter to us how expensive it is. So we're going to be making these. And we're going to set them up for some of the locations out on the map. We are now here at our Trigon factory. This is just chugging along and making a ton of tickets, 864. And we are sort of also peaking at some point. I think it's because we are throwing out the singularity cells and they are very valuable. and everything else is also there. We built the portal, and we can now go back from the portal, go back through the cutscene. This means the map has become a lot smaller because we can just make as many portals as we want as long as we go back to the portal location here. I also want to show you another one of the portals. That is this one, actually. This is for the rocket fuel, because we did talk a little bit about it. I said I scaled it up, and I can't remember if I showed it off on here. Good. So this is the power plant. Each of this, 6 modules that we have here. 6 modules produce 900 rocket fuel, and it goes into 216 fuel generators. I've lowered it to the equivalent of 200 by having 80 and then overclocked them by 2.5% or 2.5 times. So this is a total of 800 fully overclocked. No, this is 320 fully overclocked fuel generators, producing a total of 200,000 megawatt of power. This is how we deal with all our power, so that's really nice and very convenient. There, and let's go back. So we don't have a lot of things that are still remaining in this series, to be perfectly honest. We have to do this one. Nuclear pasta is easy. Biochemical expansion and ballistic warp drive are things we need to work on and design in the future episode. Then on top of that, we also have some other sort of small tool designs that I've been working on, like ammo and nobelisks and slugs and, you know, other stuff that is just a utility that you can just stamp down, because those are things that I always sort of, I kind of tend to forget it because I don't, but it's never the most important thing. So if you had a blueprint for doing it, it would be super nice. Anyway, that is our teleportation setup. It works pretty easy. It's not that difficult to set up, and it's quite convenient. So awesome. Thank you very much for watching. If you want access to the blueprint, all the ones we have, they are available to Patreon supporters. So thank you everyone who's supporting on Patreon. I'll continue to stream this until Factory comes out over on Twitch TV/Nilaus, and you are welcome to join. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care and stay effective.